Well, good morning or good evening, depending on when you're watching and where you are in the world. It's so good to have each and every one of you. I'm excited that you have taken some time out of your day or night or whatever to come spend it with us because there's plenty of places you could be, but we're super glad you're here with us. I have my very good friend Donnell from Donnell Stitchery. She's been on a bunch before, but it's been a while. So we decided to get
Yes.
together. And so I think we originally decided like 3 months ago we were going to do a cuts clue, but we decided, hey, we're
Yeah.
still both working on a different project. So we'll do that instead. So Donnell, why don't you introduce yourself real quick and then we'll get into what we're going to work on.
Awesome sauce. Thanks, Sean. So, hey guys, if you don't know me, my name is Donnell and I'm with Donnell Stitchery. I got my own channel. And um, so yeah, I do a lot of different crafts over on my channel. I love doing hand sewing, hand quilting. My latest huge passion is doing EPP. And for anyone that does not know what that is, English paper piecing. My really good friend Zaza had piqued my interest by sending me some 1-inch EPP Etsy papers, and I've been like going crazy with it lately. And because I love doing handwork whenever I am watching TV with a family or just relaxing or keeping my hands busy while I'm working. Whenever I'm like waiting on hold on calls, because like it's horrible waiting on hold. Anyway, I'm squirreling.
You're
I love
fine.
quilts and small crafts and just trying different things and challenging myself on every task I can.
Yeah, and you do a lot of different stuff. And then if you enjoy Donnell, you need to go over and check out her channel. The link should be in the chat in just a second, assuming that Streamlabs or whoever I use now after I fired Nightbot works. We'll soon find out if it kicks into gear. Last time it took a minute for it to work. Okay, come on, don't be mean to me. Oh.
Hey, Mike.
Okay, this is not boding well. Okay, we'll try again in a couple of minutes. But anyway, what I was trying to say is that if you enjoy Donnell's channel, definitely go over and check it out. And then you can come back at 10, not here, over at her place, because she'll be live again at 10 o'clock in the morning. And then she comes back at 10 o'clock the next morning. So, yeah, if you like Donnell, you need to go over and check out her stuff because she's always a lot of fun. So, I'm not sure why.
If you guys want someone to watch on Mother's Day, I will be live tomorrow morning as well.
Oh, very nice. So yeah, it is Mother's Day in a lot of places around the world. The US, Canada, Australia at least. Now, if you're in the UK, you've had your Mother's Day already because I think it's sometime in March, if I remember correctly. It's interesting that
said that there's this, she's in Scotland and she said that they had their Mother's Day in March.
Yeah, I was just say yeah, it's all like I forget exactly when. It's like the middle of March or something like that. It's different. Like Father's Day here in the US is the third Sunday in June, I think. In Australia, it's the first Sunday in September. So like I always wish my dad a happy Father's Day in June because I've been here so long I forget that it's a different day. Sometimes you're getting it early each year, so that way I don't forget. So like I'm just terrible. But anyway, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, the EPP thing. I think that's interesting because like everybody that's been talked into doing EPP has absolutely fallen in love with it. I have not gone down that rabbit hole yet because I'm afraid that if I do, I'll be like everybody else and never come back to anything else. So I'm glad that you're in.
I love doing I love doing my foundation paper piecing. I love doing my normal traditional piecing. And I love doing my EPP as well as my hand quilting. So I've designated my Wednesday night lives for my foundation paper piecing. My Saturdays is for my traditional quilting or traditional piecing. And my Sundays is for my handwork.
Nice.
That way there I got it split up on my lives and everything. And then whenever I'm not in my sewing room is when I do my handwork outside of my live streams.
Excellent. I think that's a great way of doing it because otherwise, you run the risk of just falling and just doing that one thing. And if that's how you want to do your sewing, like if you just want to dedicate like a month or a year or the rest of your life to one particular form, that is fantastic. But I do like bouncing around doing this and that and everything else. So
Yeah, my
All
brain
right.
is too squirrely to be able to stick with one item at a time.
Me too. Yeah, I get bored way too quickly. So for some reason, it looks like Streamlabs is not being kind to me this morning. So yeah, we won't be doing too many links. But that's sad. But we'll figure it out. Maybe maybe it'll work later on. Christina says in Sweden, Mother's Day is the last Sunday in May, so I'll have 2 celebrations this year. We'll just throw that up there real quick. I think that's really neat that it's in different places around the
Oh,
world. So yeah, if you are
wow.
watching and it's in a different week or year, like I said, we've talked about the UK, we've talked about the US, Australia, and Canada. Let me know because I'd be interested to hear how everything's going. Good evening to Pam, Resident Crafts. It's good to see you. I have not seen you in a while. She says, hi, Sean and Donnell, and everyone in the chat. Long time no see. So that is awesome. Good morning to each and every one of you. It's good to see everyone. And I know there's a bunch of people here. We got a really, really good crowd. I think they've all come to
It's
see
been
you.
crazy here.
Yeah, it's really, I think they've all come to see you because I abandoned everybody last week. So let's see. It looks like we got Teresa is here.
Do anything like that, Sean.
I know, I'm just messing. Mike is here from a New York Beauty. Good morning to Miss Laurie. It's good to see you again. Stephen from Bland Designs and the Idiot Quilter. It's always good to see him. Pat Wainwright, I'll get it right here in a minute. Michelle the Quilter is here with us as well. Katie Crafts, Molly is here. Let's see, Dragonflies for Donna. And Polly and Melanie Taylor, good morning to you. Let's see, I've got a lot of people here chatting, which is fantastic. I love seeing that. RN Fruiter is here. Good morning to you as well. Good morning to Miss Brenda. She says, again, I got received no notification. Okay, so if you're not getting notifications from your favorite content creators, go into your settings, uncheck that bell, and then recheck it. That seems to fix it. I don't know why. It just seems like technical issues are abounding this morning. My camera on my main machine was not working. I had to restart that computer. Apparently, the Nightbot is taking the day off and didn't bother to tell me. So yeah, we're having a wonderful time here.
Donna was having issues with Nightbot last night not working as well. So since I'm a moderator on her channel, I was going to every person that I knew that had a channel, going over their channel page, copying the link, and then coming back over to hers and pasting it. And I was doing all that from my phone.
I know you were doing a fantastic job with that too. Like I was going to hop in and help you with that, but you were already on top of it. So I was like, okay, well, Donnell's got this covered. So there's no point 2 of us doing the job. So yeah, you did fantastic with that. Janet was here with us. Good morning to you. Let's see, Kathy Klein. I think we said hello, but if not, we said hello to you. Candace, good morning. Joy to Amy Dement. She has a wonderful channel. Check her out if you haven't already. Mike says, who is this Donnell chick?
Wish her a happy belated birthday because she just recently had a birthday last weekend.
Oh, she turned 29. That's awesome. Thank you. I think it's great. Christina is here with us. Cherie is here with us as well. Judy Herbert, Shelley Moyer. Good morning to you. Kathy Hutchins. I think we've caught everybody. I know I'm going to miss somebody. And if I do, I apologize in advance. John here. Good morning to you. Okay, so what are we?
Hey, everybody.
Yes. I like to say good morning to, by name where I can, because I think it's important. I know it's always fun when I go to a live and people say, hey, Sean, it's good to see you, so I try to do the same for everybody else. But
warm and fuzzy inside.
Yeah, it does. But, if I miss you, it's not deliberate. It's just, sometimes the chat moves too quickly and my coffee hasn't quite kicked in yet. I use that excuse all the time at work when someone calls up and I'm a bit slow. I'm like, look, the coffee is still processing. Bear with me a second. Okay, so good morning, Annette. It's good to see you. Deb S. is here with us as well. All right, so why don't you tell us, Donnell, what we decided to work on this morning? Because I'm excited to give this a try and hopefully not mess it up.
So see, normally whenever Sean has me on, we choose something easy that does not require much brain function since it's 8 in the morning.
If we were smart, that's what we would have done.
Yes, and when he asked me to be a guest on his channel, we decided we were going to do a cotton cut clue together. He was going to do one. I was going to do one. We were going to work on it together, just different colorways, whatever. It was cool. It was awesome. Do you know this man messaged me at the beginning of this week? saying, hey, we're both working on a legit kit. Why don't we do that? How do you feel about us doing that this Saturday morning? I'm like, and I was already hyped up with work and everything. I'm like, sure, it sounds great. That evening, I go, what did I agree to?
We should have said something. We could have.
Oh no, because I need that push to get me back to working on this. Because I mean, this has been 2 years I've been working on this.
It's fine. I think we'll have fun with it. And if we mess up, then I was telling was it? I think I was telling Tasha last night that I don't have a backup plan, but I guess I could pull out my Clue 4 once I find.
I've already decided if I mess up on mine, then there's just gonna be a crazy color somewhere that wasn't supposed to be there. It is what it is. I mean, I'm designing the colors wherever I want anyway. So
I think unless Mike Odell happens to look, I don't think anyone's ever going to notice. Yeah.
Yes, Ramfruta, it's 8 a.m. here for me and Sean. So if it's 6 a.m. where you are, yes.
It always impresses me the folks that watch from the mountain, from anywhere, but the folks that come in like from the mountain states or the Pacific states or like PM over in Australia that watch it all these, like late night or like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. Because it's like, 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm still trying to get my last 30 minutes of sleep before I have to roll out of bed. So that is fantastic. Okay, so I am working on Toasty, which is the dragon.
And I am doing the lion.
Yeah. And so you've just changed every single color in yours. I'm keeping mine the same for the most part. You might get a better view of it on the back. But I'm changing like the horns and that sort of thing there to batiks and some tone
yes, here's the lion, the way that it was designed. And I just ordered just the pattern. And I decided I was doing it all from my kit. I mean, all from my own stash. So every fabric I'm using on this is all from my stash that I did not buy anything for this. And since I'm in Michigan and we're known for our Detroit Lions, no matter how good or bad that they are. So since we are known for our Detroit Lions, and this is the lion one, I decided that I am changing it all up from the original colors to be blues, silver, black, white to symbolize. So the lion is going to be all sorts of blues. The background is white on white stars. And then the ground underneath or rocks, whatever it is that he's on, is going to be like blacks and grays.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see how yours all turns out when it's done. So I said I'm keeping mine red because originally I decided to do mine purple or green or pink or some other weird and wonderful color. And I think, I discussed it on the channel. And I think we all decided on purple. And then I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this quilt when I'm all done. And I happened to notice my work mom, who sits in the next cubicle to me in the office, she had like all these pictures of dragons and everything else. And I mean, I love this woman dearly. Like she really is like a mum to me. And so I told her, I said, look, I'm slowly making this quilt. It's going to take me like 4 or 5 years to make, so don't expect it next week. I'd love to give it to you, but I have one question, and I want you to be honest with me. What color do you want? And so I showed her the picture on the pattern. She's like, oh, I want that color. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that makes it easy. So that's how it's ended up being red. So there you go. So I have this. Let's see. We'll see how far we get with this before I.
Doing FPP means I gotta have my Fallon FPP roller.
Yes, those things are absolutely fantastic. I showed that in a video of mine last week, I think.
I believe you did.
Yeah, I'll be using that in a minute too. So if you don't know what she's talking about, it is...
it's just right here. It's 2.5 inches wide by 12 inches. And if they Matt and Fallon even included a like little engraved line right here on both sides. And that is a 1/4 inch from the edge of the ruler.
Yeah, they are really, really good products. And no, Brenda asked, do I have a cat? I do not. We have the 2 dogs and a turtle, but no cat.
If you're hearing the cat, that's my fussy kitty cat. She does not. She likes to protest when I'm in here sewing. Whenever her daddy is still sleeping, because of the fact that she hears the birds, and she does not like being by herself.
Okay.
After multiple years, she has not gotten the clue that she cannot come into the bird room.
See, and I'm lucky, like with my lives, like I usually come down at like 6:30 in the morning. I feed the two dogs, and then they go in there, they go into their little hidey holes and go to sleep. So this is perfect for me. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so you can probably also hear Quasar, who's one of her birds. I love listening to the birds. Kind of reminds me of home, because like anytime you went outside or into the forest or into the rainforest or anything like that, you'd always hear all the different birds. So that was fun.
And you always hear the birds on my channel.
Yeah, and that's always fun. Yeah. But the ruler that we were talking about is fantastic, because it's non-slip. It doesn't go anywhere. Like, I have an adequate order ruler, and I like using that because it's nice and small and thin. But when I'm doing, especially around when I'm trimming the block at the very, very end, I use Fallon's ruler because that thing is going to stay. It's not going to slip. I've had it slip on me with the other ones in the past, and I've had a couple of oh-poo moments where I thought I had to redo something. So, and they're not that expensive.
Ever since I got the Fallon ruler, I have not touched my edit quarter ruler again.
Yeah, I still use it. I mean, I see its value. Yeah, and the Fallon ruler is not that expensive. I think what was it, like $14.95, $15.95? It wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad at all. I don't know what options that they still have of their items, because their life has become upside down crazy lately. However, you would just have to go over to their website and take a look and see.
Yeah, I'm taking a look.
I have a Fallon ruler. Mike goes, I have a Fallon ruler or 20. Mike, I think you have every ruler that they created.
I was going to say, I think I've got just about everything they have too. There's a few. Okay, so they've got two different ones. The 12-inch one is $14.99, and there's a 6-inch one for $12.99. So I'm going to go ahead and throw the link for the 12-inch. They have a 6-inch one. So yeah, I guess you'll be over there later on getting one.
Yeah. I need the 12. I mean, I need the 6. Because sometimes I don't want the super long one. Sometimes I like using small rulers.
I think the 6 might be new, because I don't recall seeing that recently.
Yeah, I don't recall seeing that either. And the 6-inch would be great for like whenever I'm doing my little gnomes on Wednesday nights.
Yeah. And I'm not an affiliate. I don't get any money back on this. It's just a product that I love. I use and love myself. So yeah, if you're interested, I put the link in the description. I highly, highly recommend them. Because I don't know what I'm doing, and they help me out a lot. So all right. So hang on. Why am I showing you the paper side? I've gotten this much done so far. Yay.
You're so silly.
All right. I have decided, though, you've seen me work with these labels a whole bunch in the past for my traditionally piece stuff. And I have gone ahead and developed them for paper piecing as well. So like when I'm doing this block, there's 4 pieces, and I now have labels with numbers on them, which I think Donnell has a sheet floating around somewhere.
Yeah, I do. So this is the sheet right here. Excuse the dark line going down one side of my page. My ink rollers on my laser printer has been on the fritz.
Yeah. And so.
But it's still functional, so I don't mind it so much.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So yeah, so what I've done with mine is, like, you can see there's like number 1, 2, 3, 4. And so when I cut out everything ahead of time last night, I could match it up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So that way, when I cut it out the night before and then I, try and sew it today, I had to sit there and go, hey, which one's which? So I have put up the letters and the numbers actually up on a website now. So that way, if you want your own copy, you can go ahead and purchase them. I've tried to make it fairly inexpensive. because it's a digital file. You just need to download it and print it. You can print it on paper, which is what I've done right here, and it works quite well. If you want it to be a little sturdier, you can also print it on your regular cardstock, and that turns out really, really nicely because it's a little bit thicker and it's a little more sturdy. Although the paper ones will last you quite some time. I mean, I've used the paper ones for months and months. I've used them multiple times. They work well. But yeah, if you want it to be a little more sturdy, you can print them on cardstock, or you can go out and get some like laminating paper and that sort of thing there and laminate them as well. I have not done that, but I think you could definitely do that. So
that's actually what I'm planning on doing with my other ones that you did up for me, the alphabet for the
yes,
for the other one, 100 Acre Woods, which eventually
100 Acre Woods, yeah. Yeah, and the letter ones, yeah, so there's actually 3 different options. You can get the letters, which was what I was showing you a little bit earlier, which will have capital letters, lowercase letters, capital double letters, lowercase double letters, and then there's some extra ones. And I've developed them so that way they fit pretty much any project, including like the Art East and Elizabeth Hartman, which goes into some intense stuff. There's actually I think one of the 100 Acre Woods, or might have been the one before it, where you needed triple letters because it had so many pieces, and that's also included in that. Or you can get the numbers, or you can get a package where it has both. So I've put the link in the description if you're interested. I just thought it'd be a nice little handy tool for someone that might need to use it. Now, where did my ruler go? There it is.
Yeah, I not know.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's why I was like, can you print on stickers? I guess so. You'd have to cut them. Yeah, that one might be. I'd have to look into that, Brenda, because
if you got them as like the labels, like the little Avery labels.
Yeah, but it have to be the right size. Yeah. I know what you're asking. I did not develop it to fit a particular Avery label. However, that may be something that I can do in a future update, if that's something that you're interested in. Because I didn't even think about that. So at this time, yes. Could you print them on stickers? Yes. Will they fit? Probably not. I make no promises on that because it wasn't developed that way. I figured these would be like reusable. But yeah,
definitely. I didn't even think about them. I said yes. So disregard what I say.
Yeah, in theory, it definitely work. I just don't want to say, yeah, go ahead and buy them, and then you print them and they just look all funky because it was not developed.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I have sticker labels too, but the thing I like about these is that they're reusable because I use this stuff all the time. I actually have a bunch of sticker labels from John that I don't. I'll
say that could be also another thing that you could develop for your website and everything is a sticker version.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I didn't think about that, and that's what I love about the audience. You guys come up
version and a sticker version.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's good. I'll definitely look into that in the very, very, very near future. Yeah, we'll just do a sticker version. So stay tuned for that. And then once that's up and running, we can offer that as a option as well. So yeah, that's a wonderful idea. I like that a lot. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. All right, so let us know in the chat as well. Are you someone that enjoys paper piecing? Are you more a traditional person? I'd love to hear because I'm more traditional, although I am really enjoying this. This is a nice little challenge. It's a different challenge, and it is getting easier. Like the first few times I did this, I was like, I don't know if I'll ever get the hang of this, but I can see why so many people enjoy this method. I really, really do.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a paint by number type of thing.
It really is. Yeah. And it was funny, like we were talking earlier before we got onto the live. If you decide to do one of these legit kits, the one thing I would tell you to do is buy the kit. I know they're expensive, and you may just want to try and do it on your own. It's going to save you so much heartache if you just get to buy the kit. just get used to it. And then the nice thing is that the colors are interchanged, like, the color codes are the same throughout. So you'll actually also have scraps for your next project as well, which is nice. So,
and what I will recommend is don't ever do your very first one ever by designing it by your own colorway, like I'm doing.
I know I was trying to do it.
This was my first one, and I'm going to tell you right now, it is very straining on the brain. And if I had to go back and redo this, I would have bought the actual kit and not try to figure this out all by myself, because this was a lot. I bit off way more than what I should have.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that my work mom said, yeah, please do it in red, because I'm changing up the horns and that sort of thing there. I'm not doing what they told me to do. I'm doing
yeah, you change it like the horns, the scales, stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm doing like batiks for the horns.
Where I changed up everything.
Yeah. And it looks fantastic with the batiks. Like I'm absolutely ecstatic. That's what I decided to do. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really glad that I didn't say, hey, yeah, let's just change everything up. Like, I'm kind of glad someone talked me out of that one.
Right? I mean, don't get me wrong. My lion's going to come out looking phenomenal when I'm done. But I'm never going to want to do the lion again.
Yeah. Is there any other patterns that you'd want to do after this one? Like, have you decided, hey, I
do want to do I do probably eventually want to do the sewing machine.
Oh, Sophia, yeah. I don't know. Like, for me, I've seen that one, and it doesn't talk to me. But everybody's different.
Yes. I love it because it's a sewing machine.
Oh, and speaking of the Sophia, which is the sewing machine, it's a block of the month at the present moment. Inside a secret, although it's public knowledge, so there's no problem with me telling anybody this. If you go to not a craft show, a quilt show where Legit Kits is a vendor, they actually do sell the little kit. And I think the pattern, but don't quote me on that just yet. They do sell that as a show special there. So that way, if you wanted Sophia and you don't want to do the block of the month, or you don't want to wait and you can get to a show, you can buy it from them. Now, if they're out of stock, I'm sorry. But yeah, I did discover that like back when I went to the show in March in Hampton, they actually had them there, and I looked at it and I was like, it's not for me,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely, a lot of people like it, and it's fantastic. I think the one that I would like to do next is a huge, like, it looks like a stained glass window that's like Halloween themed.
Oh, yes. Yes, I wanted to do that one whenever it came out. But I was like, I cannot take on another Legit kit until I have my lion, and I still got my vortex to do. So I signed up for the vortex block of the month. I just never actually did it, and I jumped right into the lion. I mean, I started the vortex, but I never finished it. So that's 2 large foundation paper piece projects I had to finish before I will allow myself to buy any more big foundation paper piece things.
I know, that's why I didn't buy that pattern. I was tempted to buy the pattern in February or March, whatever it was, and I was like, no, I need to make some progress or finish some other stuff first. And then plus, I'll see him again in June when I go up to Road to Virginia. So I was like, either way, I'm fine. But where was I going with this?
I don't know.
Me either. Oh, well, can't be that important. Let's see. Andy says, I love FPP. I've done several Judy Niemeyer patterns. I haven't tried Legit Kits yet. I have a Judy Niemeyer pattern. It terrifies the heck out of me. The thing I like about the Legit Kit patterns is they look very user-friendly, and they look very beginner-friendly. Like just reading the pattern and that sort of thing there, they do look a lot easier to work with than other things there as well. So yeah, if you want to give it a go, definitely give it a go. They do have a free downloadable pattern, I think, still. It's called the tumbling blocks.
It was building blocks, and they go back and forth between having it for free and then charging for it. So
Well, I know they have a
Just
kit for it.
if they are charging for it right now, then I would say just try and keep an eye on it because they go back and forth on that. So
Yeah. But that might be a good way for you to test to see if that sort of pattern is good for you. Like rather than having to sit there and because the patterns aren't cheap. There's a lot of work goes into it. Like if you ever tried pattern designing, you'll understand why people charge what they do for pattern designs because it's hard. It's not like you just sit down and like 3 minutes later it's done. A lot of work goes into it. But yeah, I like to be able to test something before I spend a bunch of money on it. So that's always a good thing. That option is out there most of the time, I think. Good morning, Miss Amanda from Stitching Life Together. It's good to see you. She will be actually joining me next week as a guest. So she's fairly new to the YouTube world, doing a wonderful job with her stuff. I think she was live last night. I'll have to go grab her channel link real quick because I don't know why my blog. Let me just grab this. We're doing this old school. All right. And Raven O, good morning. It's good to see you as well. I don't know that I've seen you here before. But it's good to see you. I know some people come in and just lurk sometimes too. So unless you're active in the chat, I often don't see that you're here, unfortunately. Good morning, Miss Diana. It's good to see you. I believe you're my friend from Bermuda, correct? Oh, Zaza says that Ian was a tester for that stained glass one. Okay, that's really neat. That's fun. So
yeah,
Zaza.
I did not know that he was an actual tester for it.
That's nice. All right, so I've done this little section, which is nice. I think they do turn out really nice, but I am super slow. I've been here, 30 some minutes, and I've done 4 pieces. I noticed some people, like our friend Donna over at Handmade by Ying, that can knock that out in like 5 minutes. But
okay, so you've actually done more than me, John.
Oh, that's nice. So I'm not the world's slowest person.
Granted, I got 1 sheet done, but I only done 3 pieces.
Well, but you're doing bigger pieces. Like that makes it. And sometimes those bigger pieces are harder.
Well, what took me so long was the fact that I also burnt my arm. I went to go reach over, grab my fabric, and put the top of the iron right onto my arm. I'm like,
ouch. Yeah, Raven says I normally work, but I haven't turned on my sewing machine yet. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because once I start sewing, I sometimes a lot of times in lives I'll lurk because I can't sew and chat at the same time. I get distracted. So how I manage to do it on a live, I don't know yet. I guess someone's looking out for me.
Yeah, I seem to hurt myself often, whether it be I'm poking myself with a needle or burning myself on the iron. I have a couple of scars on my arms from burning myself with the iron. I guess I need to have a full cup of coffee before I do a live stream.
Yeah. Andy says here, if you're looking for a simpler FPP design, I designed a couple of butterfly and one called purple angles that have some graphic rings. Andy, go ahead and throw a link up if you'd like. That way if someone's interested, they can definitely go check it out.
Me.
Okay. Yeah, please throw that up. So
yes, Michelle, it's twice this week.
Yeah, John says Cole's Quilts designed the stained glass light quilt. Yeah, I remember seeing that on there, the Cole's quilt. I'm not super familiar with Cole's Quilts, but yeah, I did notice that. Yeah, it was designed by someone else, so that's really neat. They did that. So I'm really looking forward to that. My plan for that is do a mix of solids and batiks with that as well. I think I could get away with doing my own, use my own fabrics for that, but who knows? I'll have to think about that. Buster. Yes, that's kind of what I was thinking. I think that one I could probably get away with.
Just remember, when you're doing a legit kit and you're using your own stash, just remember, Sean, that's how many fabrics that they have in their legit kit designs.
I know. We'll see what happens. I'm not making any promises just yet. But we'll see what happens.
my first time this week burning myself with the iron. I was not paying attention to what I was doing. I was pressing my item over here, not paying attention, and ran right over my finger with the iron. Yeah, that cat is a little boo boo.
Look, okay, so Andy has put the link into the ad. Okay, so yeah, that looks fun. You might have to go check that out at some point.
Awesome sauce. Thank you, Andy.
Yes, that is great. Okay, so Brenda says she does hers on wax paper, freezer paper. Yeah, freezer paper is I haven't tried it for FPP, obviously, but I have done it with what's it called? Applique. I'm going to get one of these days. I'm going to be more coherent, but today's not that day. Yeah, if you ever do applique, freezer paper is an absolute must, in my opinion, because you basically trace out the design on the freezer paper because it's like transparent. Then you cut it out and you can iron it onto your piece of fabric while you do your applique. Well, yeah. Sorry, I'll get it right in a minute. You cut it out with the freezer paper on there, and then you can take the freezer paper off. It comes straight off. There's no real residue that I've ever noticed. So it's definitely a great option. Freezer paper. I mean, I can see it working nicely for FPP, but it's wonderful for applique, which is nice.
Oh, awesome sauce.
Yeah, someone told me about that one time, and I tried it, and it was an absolute game changer for me. So,
okay, I'm gonna tell everybody right now. I am looking around over on Andy's sites at all of her patterns, and wowzers, I'm loving it.
yeah, Andy has some really neat stuff. So if you haven't checked out Andy's channel, I'll throw it in the chat in just a second, although Andy can show it up for me as well if she likes. It's the beauty of having some moderators here with us today.
Amazing looking patterns. There's so many I want to get and do.
Yeah, no, that sounds really good.
But for right now, I had to stay focused because I got so many other projects I'm working on, and I got 2 big projects I'm actually starting off with. You are so welcome, Andy. So for anyone that has not visited my channel or has not seen the first video I done of my 2 new episodes, one of them is, you know, that Cotton Cut Wild West that just ended, Sean?
Uh-huh.
I am doing a whole Quilt As You Go series from start to finish of including every step I go to take and everything and all. And each week on a Monday, I'm releasing a new video of it and everything. Like this past week was the very first one of me picking the fabrics. I'm using layer cakes of that line of fabric, which was Dusty Rose. And I am using, so last week I was picking the fabrics I'm using for the backing.
Oh, nice. Sorry, I am listening. I'm just concentrating so I don't mess this up.
Oh, you were completely fine. So I figure, okay, I'm using the layer cake for a majority of the blocks, and then I still have my oops kit for anything that is bigger than a 10-inch square.
Yeah, I have all those oops kits, and I've always been trying to figure out what I want to do with all those because I have like 5 or 6 of them now. And my wife
so if you're getting a cotton cuts, I highly recommend getting the oops kit because you just never know.
Sure. Yeah, because thankfully I haven't made too many oops where I've had to like cut out new fabric, like because I've made a mistake. But I have lost pieces in the past, and they will replace them if you ask them to. But I don't want to, put someone else out and then have to wait, however long the post office decides to deliver it to me. And so I've lost stuff in the past, and I think I was missing 1 or 2 pieces one time as well. And again, I could go ask them for it, and they'd happily replace it for me. But I don't want to wait a week, whatever it takes. So I usually just use the
I'm not that patient.
I know, because I want to keep going, and especially it's always when I'm trying to record like my time lapses as well as when it happens. So yeah, they are good for that. But my wife came up with a really good idea of what I can do with the oops kits, and I don't want to tell us, disclose that just yet because I kind of want it to be a little surprise. But yeah, she came up with a really neat idea as to what I should do with them. And one of these days, when I have nothing, like I don't have a million other projects going on, I am going to, yeah. So,
I'm like, that's a
so come,
possibility.
yeah, so come back in 2046, and yeah, you'll get to see what that is.
Maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Okay, so we've got that. Yeah, Amanda said she uses regular printer paper and had no issues yet. The regular printer paper will work nicely. If you have access to the foundation paper piecing, I feel like it's a better option because it's thinner. But it's also part of the copy. Like I know I scanned my most of these pieces of paper on to like a scanner in case something went wrong, and the copier ate a couple of them. So
I would cry.
oh yeah, I went, oh yeah. I couldn't say any swear words because I was in the office, with other people around. So thankfully I was able to salvage it. But yeah, I'd be a little wary about trying to print on it, because you just never know. But, Andy says, I was missing a piece in one of my earlier floral states, and Cotton Cuts was very quick to send it. Yes, they're wonderful at sending it out. It's just, sometimes you just don't know how long the post office is going to take to, get it from St. Louis to wherever you are. So, yeah, no, the Cotton Cuts team was fantastic, and I love them all dearly. But yeah, sometimes I can get it, and like if they ship it Friday, it's on my doorstep Monday, and sometimes it takes 2 weeks, and that's not their fault. It's just you're at the mercy of the postal system. I actually had something. I think it was something from that quarter shop that I purchased, and they sent it out, and it went from Texas to, and I'm in Virginia. Went from Texas up to, I think it went up to visit Mike up there in Staten Island or somewhere nearby. Then it decided to go to Florida, and then it finally decided it wanted to come to Virginia. So why decided, it went for quite a
Well, it's like, while we're out, let's go ahead and do some sightseeing.
I know. I was like, why don't you just all send it over to the West Coast? Like, go to Arizona or something, so you can go see the Wild West while you're there. I was glad I wasn't in a huge hurry for whatever it was. I was like, goodness me, like I'll never see this thing.
See, I wish with Cotton Cuts that there was a way to like upgrade to quicker shipping.
That would be nice. I highly recommend if you do that, just do the prepaid, pay for it all up front, and then they ship it all out to you.
That is actually the route I'm going with this one here, which, by the way, I do have a thing over on my channel, guys. So if y'all don't mind going and submitting your answer to it, I'm letting my viewers pick out of my top 5 favorites of the new colorways. I'm letting my viewers pick which one I do. So it's over on my channel in the community tab. You just gotta go and put in there, and you can put in there more than one if you like more than one. But I put my top 5 that I like.
That is awesome. Did you do that before, or was it Katie? I know someone else did that with their audience.
Someone did it. Someone else did it. This normally I pick my own, and this time here I decided to let my viewers pick. And I discussed it with my mods. I'm like, okay, should I do the top 5 because there are 5 that I really like? I'm like, or should I try and just put in all 13 and let everybody choose? They're like, do the top 5. That way, there at least then you still get something you like.
Yeah.
Like,
I think Katie did it before. I think Ian did. I think Ian had it where the viewers chose his, which I kind of picked the result for that before it even happened, because I figured they'd all pick the Tula Pink for him, which they did resoundingly. I haven't picked my own in the last 2. Two times ago, Wild West, I had Amber over at So Majestic pick mine for me, and then this current one that I'm doing, Cotton Cuts picked it for me. I kind of like just I figure it's a mystery quilt. Let it be a mystery, so they've kind of had full reign on what they can do. So, like I told Amber, there was, like for Wild West, there was like 1 or 2 that I wasn't super fond of. And then I just told Cotton Cuts, just do whatever you want. Like, You know me pretty well. Pick some, because I'm like one of those guys that if you leave me to my own devices, I'll order the same thing every time. So it's
Yeah,
been fun. Like it's really.
Yeah, so my first time I did one, I did obviously the purple batiks because everybody knows I love my purple and my batiks. This last time I chose like these softer colors as well as the time right now. And I was like, I'm gonna mix things up. I'm going to choose soft colors. I did not choose any purples on the options this time. Like the all purple one, I did not choose this time as one of the options.
Wow.
And I even chose some wild, crazy color ones too. So I'm completely mixing it.
Yeah, I really haven't looked that closely at those yet. I took a quick look at them when they first came out, but I really haven't looked that close at these different colorways. I see there's quite a few of them that I'm interested in. So
good morning, Nancy.
Yes, good morning, Nancy. It's good to see you. Nancy's one of my longtime viewers, and she is the one that sent me a bunch of beautiful fabrics a few months ago. And I made this wonderful chicken out of most of her fabrics. Look, hang on. What happened there? There we go. Like the browns.
Oh, I love the fabric that you used for the head and the wing. That is so pretty.
This brown here and this brown here, they were both from Nancy. Yeah, I love those. Yeah, she sent me stuff she thought I would like because she had, she was trying to like send out what she wasn't going to use, and she thought I'd really like it. And I saw the little box that she sent me, and it was like all these different browns and creams and that. And I was like, there are several projects that I'm working on, right now that these will come in handy for. And that was one of them. Because I'd done that chicken before in a gray, and I thought, let me try it in a blue. And those colors turned out so nicely. So thank you so much for that, Nancy. I appreciate you greatly. She says she loves the chicken. Yeah, I do too. I
love it when I viewers do something like that.
Yeah, the one I did in gray I thought was fantastic, and I didn't know they would like anything more. But yeah, after making that one, I was like, yeah, this one's even better. Oh, okay.
Could we say winner, winner, chicken dinner?
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. What did I just... Oh, okay, I haven't got that far yet. Never mind. Oh, yeah. Andy's saying here that batiks are really good for FPP because you don't have to worry about the sides, like, yeah, right sides and wrong sides. Yeah, that's why I'm working with solids and batiks only on this project too, because I don't want that stress in my life. There's enough stress in my life as it is without adding that to it. Okay. Yeah, Amy says, I haven't joined the PMQ in a long time. I think they're really neat for super busy sessions I like, or when you're just in a rut, just open and so. And that's the main, and I've talked about this a million times, and I'm sure you're all sick of me saying it, but yeah, that's how I am. Like, there's nights where I want to come home from work and sew, but I don't want to have to sit there and think about it or go out and cut fabric. And it's just, yeah, you just rip open the package and away you go. I haven't done my Clue 4. I haven't done my Clue 4 yet. I'm a bit of a slacker because it came out last week. Because last week I was in Baltimore and Washington, D.C. for the weekend. And then this week I've been working on other projects, but I'll probably pull that out later today or tomorrow.
Okay, Sean, you think you're a slacker? I haven't even done the Clue 3 yet.
Yeah, but I'm an ambassador and I really should keep up with it, Yeah. One of the things I'm supposed to do is post it in a timely manner, but the Clue came out a little late for us, so it'll be okay.
Yes. It'll be all good in the end.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we'll get that out there as well. So Amy said she's got too many things going on at the moment to even look at a new one. Yeah, you don't want to get one if it's going to just cause you stress or it's going to sit there for years. I mean, they'll have a new one out they release 2 a year. So if you got too much going on right now, just wait till the next. There'll be another one. You know, you don't want to miss out on. If it's a really pretty colorway and you like it a lot, you might want to go ahead and grab it just because they may not have the same colorway again. But otherwise, yeah, if you're not going to get to it for a couple of years, yeah, maybe just wait for the next one. You know, do what you think is best for you. Good afternoon, Miss Giovanna. It's good to see you. She's my friend over there in Italy. Why don't we ask you there, Miss Giovanna? We'll talk about Mother's Day. It's a different date in different parts of the world. It's tomorrow here in North America and Australia. In England or the UK, it's in March. What about Italy? What day is it in Italy?
Hey, Giovanna.
It's always good to see her.
Yes.
I think I said good morning to Melissa earlier, and if I didn't, I apologize greatly. All right, here I was worrying I was going to run out. I was going to finish before I even, yeah. And sit there and twiddle my thumbs, but I'm not even done with the second block out of 3 yet, so I've got no worries now. It's tomorrow. Okay, so it's the same day in Italy as it is here in the US. Okay. So Sweden, it's the end of May, I think, is what we were told. And yeah, UK, it's March. But it seems like a lot of other places it's tomorrow. So there you go. That's really neat. All right. It's the Sunday after the 8th of May. Okay, so yeah, it's the same as it is here. So yeah, growing up in school, my best friend's dad was a florist. So a lot of, like, once I was old enough, we used to go down and help him out. I was selling flowers down the main street, or, you know, once I got a license, I was delivering flowers. So yeah, Mother's Day was always a busy day for me.
Oh, I believe it.
What are you planning on doing tomorrow for Mother's Day, Donnell?
I am going to be sewing during my live stream.
Nice.
I'm not for sure if I'm going to do EPP or I think I have it already up on my channel scheduled for doing my hand quilting, so I'll probably do that.
Okay.
And then afterwards, because my mom is not in town this weekend, her and my dad went to go see grandkids over in, I want to say Iowa.
Oh, okay.
For the week and everything, because 2 of them, a set of twins, are graduating, so they went to go surprise them. They got there yesterday. So, because normally I spend half of the day with my husband and sons, and then the other half with my mom. So I'll probably just be playing out in the garden, doing some sewing, and then whatever else that the husband and sons have planned for me.
Nice. That sounds great. Yeah, I think we'll have. Yeah, I think our plan is to have our in-laws over, and I'll cook dinner. I think we go have a cookout, and then we'll have some other fun stuff. And yeah, that'll be a nice day. So, all right. So I've done my second block. So I think that turned out all right. And then eventually this will attach to it.
That's gonna be so pretty. Now, what part of the dragon is that?
That is like its left or right wing, because you do it backwards. It's a mirror image, so yeah. It will be. Try and point to it on here. It's. I think it's like this section right here where my finger is. Somewhere around there. So I don't know. It'll all come together eventually. Because what I've done, and I borrowed the idea from our friend Donna, is I have all mine in a binder, and this is a fantastic way of, at least in my opinion, of doing it, because I've got each block in a different page. So, like 1A, 1B, and so I can't really do this successfully.
Yeah.
And so, because I don't have a design wall, so I can't really keep it up like some of the others. So this
Yeah,
is
like
working out really.
I'm doing all of mine into individual rows. Like I still need to connect these 2 blocks to this row. But I'm putting all mine into rows, and then I just fold it up and put it on top of my stash over here. Because I have like this cart right on the other side of this wall here, where I just keep it all right there until I'm ready to do it. So that way it's out in my, essentially out in my face.
That sounds fun. I figure I'll just keep them all in the binder until it's all done, and then I'll start assembling it. So, and it's kind of nice me doing it this way for me as well, because when I go back, because some of the stuff I'm swapping out, like for the batiks, I forget which colorway what color I used for that, and so I can go back to, if I see it's connected to like A7 or whatever it is, I can go back to that block and go, oh, that's the batik I was using. So it's kind of nice just having it all together in that little book.
Yeah, so, see, since I had changed up every one of my colors, what I did is on the binder, I actually put like right here, I put like the code and what fabric I use for each of those codes.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've done that a couple of times too. All right, so Giovanna says that the Mother's Day in Italy is the Sunday after the 8th of May. The 8th of May is the patron saint of my city, Faenza, and today's a public holiday for us. So yeah, it's fun that it's like the history behind why different dates are, different like holidays are certain dates. Jan, it's good to see you. She's my friend over there in Western Australia, so it's almost 9 p.m. for her, I think, if my time zones are correct.
Hey, Janet, how you doing?
He's been doing a lot of holidaying.
Birds or not, Janet, but I actually had 3 birds in my room.
Yeah, no, Jan's a nice lady. We don't get to see her as often as we used to because she's doing a lot of vacationing out there in that beautiful part of the world. So it's always good to hear from her. All right, let's see. What else have we got going on here as well? It's almost 9 o'clock. We're just racing away here.
Oh, wow.
I know, you're blinking, the live's almost over.
Right? Wish work days went that way.
All right, Giovanna's asking, do you ever print out the block after you've finished it before putting it all together? No, I don't, because they have assembly instructions in here for each of the blocks. Let me just grab one real quick to show you.
One of my blocks done.
Oh, nice. Hang on. Just didn't really have one. So what they do is they have, I guess it's called an assembly guide. It's like once you get into the more complex ones, like in the next row or two, they will become a lot more complex, and I'll have no idea how to go together. They give you these, and that shows you how to.
Yeah, I actually love the assembly guides. So what I do is I actually try and keep them. What I've been doing lately is I take the pieces of paper all cut up and everything ready to be stitched onto, and then I clip it onto the assembly guide that coordinates with it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, whereas I've got mine, all the assemblies for each row are all in one little page protector at the end of each row. So that's kind of work for me. But it's fun that like we do things different ways, but it still all works for us.
Yes. That's one thing I love about quilting. There's no rule. The only rule is whatever rules you set aside for yourself in your room.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, there's a million different ways of doing it.
So many people can do a pattern and each person do it in a different colorway and it comes out looking completely different.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Once I find my number 2 piece, I'll be good. I'm really glad I put these labels on these because otherwise I'd have no idea which one's which. Because there's 9 different pieces here. I was a smart man doing this.
Look at the big brains on you.
Big brains on me. So there you go. I'm smart sometimes. All right. So what is everybody else working on this weekend? I'd love to hear what projects you have going on. Doggo.
Hey, no rules. I'm beginning a scrap challenge quilt along today with prompts, but no rules because who needs more stress, right? I seen that. I seen that scrap challenge and everything, Amy. I was like, that sounds fun, but I already got too many swirls going on.
Yeah, I'm trying not to start anything else. I do need to start a baby quilt soon, but we'll see what happens with that. Besides that, Melissa's assembling Wild West. That sounds fun. I found Wild West went together. I don't know about anybody else, but for me, I think it went together quicker than the last one. But then again, I guess I was doing a small this time versus a large, so maybe that's what it was.
I always do the small. Small is just easier for me because that way I can be able to put it together myself.
Yeah, I've liked the smalls too. Like the large is definitely they're wonderful and they'd be great for like a I think they what am I trying to say? They're great for like a double or queen size bed. But the small is great for like a lap quilt. So
yeah,
that is awesome. Good morning to Miss Katie. It's good to see you. I popped in your live a little bit last night. Why you guys were chatting, and I had to run off and get dinner, but I was watching there for a little bit. It was fun to see you and your husband, and I forget your guest name, Myra, wasn't it? Was it Myra? Please tell me I was right. There you go. Okay, yes. Yeah, definitely. Oh, good morning, Mr. Russ. It's good to see you. He says projects this weekend. Alas, no. Dropping my machines off for boarding after my live, so I won't have a way to sew until I get back from my trip. Okay, well, I hope you have a good trip. I know you're going somewhere. I know you told me about it, and now I've forgotten. So I'm terrible.
He slept since then.
Sorry?
I said you slept since then.
I have, yes. Margie's going to try and envelope back in today on a baby quilt. Stephen's getting ready for his trip to Holland. That sounds like fun.
Fun stuff.
I need to go on a trip to Europe or something. That'd be fun.
Oh, awesome sauce, Amy. She said that's the beauty of her challenge. You incorporate it into whatever you're already working on. No new commitment. Awesome.
There you go. I think everything of mine has scraps. Good morning, Miss Cindy. It's good to see you as well. Aaron Fruita says I need to finish my block swap blocks. That sounds good too. Yeah, I've done some block swaps in the past, but I always fall behind on those. So I've kind of just set myself a thing that says don't do anymore because yeah, I always fall behind. That's what I was going to say earlier. The Vortex is that one of the reasons I didn't sign up for that is that I knew I was going to fall behind. So I didn't. I decided not to set myself up for failure.
Yes.
So I think that was smart. Well, thank you so much for the super chat there, Katie. She says, thank you for always sharing with us. Let me see if I can put that up on the screen. There we go. All right. Thank you so much, Katie. You've always been a wonderful support of the channel. I appreciate you greatly. I'm doing good. Have you started your legit kit yet, Katie? I know you've been a little hesitant to start, but I think it's kind of like a Band-Aid. You just got to rip it off.
Rip it off and jump in.
Yeah, because I mean, I was terrified of this. Yeah, I will not tell any lies. I think one of the reasons I bought this kit, what was it, 2 years ago? I think it was 2 years ago. And it sat here forever. Like, I wouldn't buy fabric for it. I kept saying, oh, I'll go get it later. I'll go get it later. I don't know that I really wanted to do it, you know, because I was terrified of it. But now that I've started it, I'm really am enjoying it. Like I don't want to do it all the time because there's so many other things I want to do. But
But it's a
yeah,
nice
trying
thing
to.
to get to whenever you need something just quick and easy to do without too much thinking.
Well, actually, I think I do more thinking of this than I do with my other projects. But
Yeah, true.
it's a nice different challenge. So you know, Melissa says she'd love to go to Massachusetts. The only part of Massachusetts I've been to is Boston, and it was very, very nice to go see. I'll make it up there again someday. My wife's been up there a couple of times. Good morning, Miss Chloe. She says, "Good morning, Sean, Donnell, and all. I'm just listening, so that is good. I'm glad that you could hang out with us for a little bit."
Hello, Chloe. How are you doing, honey?
Yeah, she's been a wonderful support of the channel. Like everybody, I love everybody's support. You know, like we wouldn't have this here without you guys because there's no point me sitting. You know, there's no point me sitting here jabbering to myself. You know, I do enough of that at work.
I mean, technically, you would still do that, but
yeah.
With or without an audience, you would still technically be sitting here jabbering.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be on camera doing it.
No.
I'm actually able to do this FTP thing on the live. I'm just shocked with this. Like I'm amazed. You just got to take your time with it. Like if you want to do this as a race, this is not a race project. So you know. All right. Well, Crystal has also put up. Katie and Melissa are both members, which is an optional program that you can join. It's a financial commitment. I think it's $1.99 a month. I think I have it set up. And then as part of that, they also get to do like one special comment a month, I think it is. There's something, as part of that as well. So that's how they're doing that. Andy says this community is so fun. I totally agree with that. That's one of the things I wasn't expecting to get when I started doing this, but it's just, all these wonderful people I've come in contact with. It's just been an unexpected blessing. I'm so thankful for that. Katie says hers is still in the box. Yeah, we need to all
We need to all to get together and include Donna from Handmade by Ying and just all of us sit here and sell legit kits together.
Yeah, because I asked a question on I don't know if you watched my podcast last week, and it's okay if you didn't. No joke, because we're all busy. I don't get around to watch half the videos I want to. But I asked a question on my live last week and said, if you had the opportunity to spend like an afternoon with me or a morning or a day with me sewing, what would you want? The overwhelming response was FPP and legit kits. And I had a couple of people also say that they'd want, me to help them out because I'm the expert. And I'm like, I'll help where I can, but I'm not the expert. I think the experts are the folks that are like what Donna I would consider an expert. She's done so many of them. My friend Shannon from Slay Arts is really good. She's done a bunch of them, and it's also certified. But I think it'd be fun for us all to get together one day, maybe during the summer, and just have a sew day. Maybe get together on Zoom and that sort of thing. There, like you come along, Donna, everybody that wants to come along and just join up because we can do breakout rooms. And just sew together, have a good chat, and then if you need help, it's there for you. I very slow. I don't know how.
Questions if you're scared to get started.
Yeah, we can have a start to get started room. And just have some fun with it. I'll help out where I can. I don't have all the answers. But I think it'd be fun. And if and I think just open up to anything. Like if you want to bring along the traditional piecing that day, bring it along. And we're not going to say, well, you can't come if you don't have an FPP project. I think it'd just be kind of like a nice little mini, mini retreat or something, and you don't have to go anywhere. Yeah. So All right. Well, Amy says she has to go, but thank you so much for hanging out for us. It was really, really neat to do that. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. I said I think we might do that during the summer sometime. It's kind of been something in my head that I've wanted to do for a while, and I think the summer would be good for me because we don't have any kids then. So there you go. So I think that'd be fun. We'll have to do that. Okay, so
You know,
Melissa
as
has
long
the
as it's
mini.
a weekend, I'm there. So
Sorry.
you know, as long as it's a weekend, I'm there.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it'd have to be a weekend because I work full time, and I think it'd be better for most people to be a weekend anyway. So yeah, no, I think that'd be fun. If you want to, yeah, maybe we'll talk. If anyone else is interested, like content creator wise that wants to join in on this, definitely get in contact with me. We can add your name to the list because yeah, I mean, I think the more the merrier. Like I am not an expert at this whatsoever. I consider myself a beginner. But I think it'd be fun to, if I could help someone out just by giving them a little bit of confidence to start, I think that's a good thing. Yeah.
Definitely.
That's a little scary. Just announced today. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that one out. So I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. Well, I do know what I'm doing tomorrow. I don't know what I'm doing next week yet, let alone 2 months from now. But yeah, we'll give everybody a few weeks. I'm figuring like maybe mid-July or something like that's kind of what I have in my head. But
Yeah, let everybody get past the whole like end of the year school time first. So
yeah. So it's a bit of a hole there. Yeah, we could have Andy come join us as well because he does a lot of FPP. Yeah, I think we could get a nice little group community together. I think that'd be really, really cool. Actually, I think we might be okay there. Sorry, I talk to myself a lot while I do this stuff because
well, you
I
got to
don't know what I'm
consult with
doing.
the experts.
Well, I just said I wasn't an expert, but
Well, whenever I'm talking to myself, that's what I call it. I tell everybody I'm consulting with the experts.
I know I've heard that term before and it's fun. Oh yeah, yes. You and I need to talk about that. I'll send you a message afterwards, Katie, and we'll get that all sorted out. So yes, we will have a live tomorrow morning at 8. I couldn't remember if it was this week or next. But I told you I don't know what I'm doing next week. So yeah, come back here. I think it's my turn to host. So yeah, come back here tomorrow at 8. Katie and I will be sewing together I can never remember the name of the project. Something Stars, Rising Stars. What we doing next?
Those are so pretty.
It's been a lot of fun. And these, if you want an easy
one, that's Ribbon Star, I absolutely love, love, love.
Yeah, I think it's called a woven star. It's you can buy a little pad of paper piecing. It's like $10. 42 of them. It's really good. And this is, if you want to start on FPP, this is a fantastic way because like it's all rectangles and triangles. So us traditional piece of minded folks like myself can actually kind of get behind the whole FPP thing because it's kind of in our language. So yeah, definitely come back tomorrow morning for that. And that'll be a lot of fun. What was I doing? Good morning, Mona. It's good to see you as well.
Hey, Mona. I'm Mary G.
Yeah, everyone's here. All the cool kids are here.
Yes.
I just really appreciate that so many people get up and hang out with us for a little bit each and every Saturday morning.
And they throw a fit if you're not here.
Sorry?
I said, and they get all fussy if you happen to try and cancel a live stream.
I know. That's why I always put out I put out a post. I put out another video. I started doing shorts. If I go missing, because there was one time I went to QuiltCon last year. I had people message me as I was driving down Interstate 95. And it's nice. Like it's nice that everybody cares.
Yes, it's nice to know that okay, people notice that you're not there and they're going to check up on you to make sure you're okay.
Yeah, if I go missing, I want, the police will be informed in a very timely manner.
Yeah, it's like within less than 24 hours, the police are going to get overwhelmed with like 30,000 different comments of saying, "Find Sean."
Yeah, no, like they'll have the Virginia State Police out looking for me. The National Guard, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police will probably join in the search. Like I won't be missing for long before they find me. So if anyone's out there trying to kidnap me, don't bother because you won't make it very far.
No, the quilters will come for you.
Yes. So there you go. No, I think it's not. I really do think it's nice. So, but yeah, I do try to notify everybody as often as I can, in different formats, so that way you all know that it's all right. And I try and put out a video or something for you to watch, so that way you got something to entertain you, and it also gives me watch hours and views and that sort of thing there, as well. Good question there, Katie. She asked, when do the girls go home? They go home in mid-June. So we've got them for about another 6 weeks. So yeah, we've got them for a little while longer, but it's getting close to their end of their time. We got to miss them both when they go home. We always do. But then we'll have the summer together, and we'll be ready for the next one. Good morning, Becca. It's good to see you.
Hey, so Becca.
I was going to go hang out your live last night, but then I got distracted doing something. I think I was cutting out this fabric, actually.
You squirreled?
I'm always squirreling. Yeah. That is me 100%. She says that your line is looking good. I totally agree. I don't know why, but I thought you were further along.
Yeah, I put it down for a really long time because I got overwhelmed with the whole idea of picking my own fabrics for the entire thing. I was bad and should not have done that for my first massive legit kit.
Yeah.
But you live and you learn, and now I'm back to it. So.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Doing your own is a lot tougher. Yeah, that's if I could go back and tell past Sean one thing, it'd be like, go buy the kit, you silly drongo.
Yeah, it's like, I'm like, instead of doing a quilt bankruptcy, then I decided to do a quilt layaway. Put it down until I was ready to come back. Because I'm like, I spent too much money and time on this.
Yeah. That's not the same color.
Let's see. Becky goes, I think it's going to be marvelous to know. Love that you challenge yourself to pick different fabric. Yes. I just wish I wouldn't have done that for my very first legit kit because that was a bit much, especially since I had no experience working with legit kit yet at that time, other than doing a little bit on the vortex that I still haven't completed that yet. And I refused to complete that until I had this done.
Okay, so cut that one just a little bit short. That's not good. That's okay. We can fix that problem.
I got another piece stitched on.
Very good. Good morning, Miss Susan. It's good to see you.
Let's see.
You tell them what Mona did. They mentioned wanting to know what Mona did several times. I thought they were talking to someone else. Hang on a second. I think they were asking Mona about a gift card she won and she spent it. Did I miss a question? If I missed a question, please go ahead and re-ask it. Because I'm not. Oh, okay. Mona says new name for whips, quilt layaway. Okay, I can be about that life. I like that, quilt layaways.
Yeah, I think it's very appropriate for me for this. Okay, I got one.
Actually, I think my layaways would be the What about the non-quilted quilt top. So is that like kind of like long-term storage or something? Long-term quilt storage? That's what happens to mine. They get quilt tops, and that's as far as they ever go. So I don't know, but I like that quilt layaway.
Okay, so Becca says, okay, walking over to the long arm to get a quilt loaded. I'm here and listening.
Yes. Well, thank you for hanging out with us. We always appreciate it. I know a lot of times I think a lot of times I know she watches sometimes and doesn't, chat because, Saturday mornings, I believe, is like a quiet time and she can get stuff done. And I know I can't chat and sew at the same time. So I totally get that.
I normally start off in live streams as saying hi to everybody, and then I get busy doing my own thing in here, and and then I run out just lurking after that.
Yeah, I sometimes wonder. Yeah, like I lurk a lot myself.
Yeah, because if I'm in here in my sewing room while I'm watching a live stream, then I'm usually trying sewing or prepping for my next sewing. And then with like normally on your live streams and everything, I'm usually saying hi at the very beginning, and then after that, I'm getting set up and ready to go for mine.
Yeah, oh for sure. Yeah, because you're on pretty much right after I'm done. So okay, we've now fixed that. Okay, so Amanda says QIP is quilts in progress. My live last night was showing all the QIPs I have. Yeah, if you haven't checked out, let's throw Amanda's link up there real quick. I think I still have it. Well, this is somebody's link. We'll see who this is. It is Amanda's. Okay, perfect. Yes, so she currently has 32 subscribers, so she is fairly new. So if you haven't checked out her channel, definitely go check it out. She'll be here with me next week, so I'm really excited to have her because I do like to showcase new channels when I can, and so I think she definitely qualifies for that.
Well, I just subscribed to her.
Yeah, she's a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to having her on next week and seeing how things go. Mona says she has 8 quilts. I forget how many I had. What I did a video about that a couple of weeks ago when I disappeared. And I know it was a lot more than 8. So you're doing.
Andrea says she has 28 quilt tops to quilt so far. I keep adding to the pile, but I am hand quilting right now, so getting a few knocked out.
Nice.
Holy smokies, 28 quilt tops to quilt. Woo, goodness
gracious. I'm not that far behind it, probably. My thing is like I want to have a net loss at the end of the year. So I want to have less to do at the end of 2025 than when I started. So if I do that, I'll be all right.
Yes. You got this.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because of Michelle's Crasimore, she's actually been helping to keep me on track. I call her my accountability police because she's helping to keep me on track so that way there I can knock out a lot of my to-dos.
Yeah, and it's good to have a quilt buddy like that. So if you don't have somebody and there's someone that you see that you're talking to in the chat all the time or in our Discord or over on Becca's Facebook group or Donnell's or somebody else that you really, find yourself a quilt accountability buddy and do that.
Yeah, I love it. At first I was like, I really don't need a babysitter. And then after I started looking through all my stuff, I'm like, yeah, I need a 24/7 babysitter.
Or if you don't want to do that, like you don't want to have to keep yourself accountable to someone else because that's not my, I know I'm weird like that. Another thing you can do is set yourself a challenge to sew 15 minutes every day for a certain amount of time. Tasha and I did that at the beginning of the year. We did 15 minutes a day for a month, and I've kind of continued it on almost every day this year. I've had a couple of days off. So, sometimes that, you can do something like that. There's so many different things you can do just to help yourself out. And having an accountability partner is good. Or just, something as simple as telling yourself, Because we had the thing like if you missed a day, you owed the other person a fat quarter, and no fat quarters ever got exchanged because we were both good.
Yeah, I started doing that, and then I had to quit because I had just came off of also doing the every day of Christmas thing, and I'm like, and it just got to be like mentally too much for me.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Rita says here that I have to make myself not so, otherwise I'd sit for hours every day and so and not get anything done. Yeah, I mean, I'd be like that too, but I have this thing for the full-time job that kind of gets in my way. So like I might get an hour or so in each day, and then after that I'm too tired. So all right. So Susan says cooking breakfast and then hand quilting. Later I'll spray baste and do straight line quilting on my Juki to finish a couple of quilts. Excellent. Oh, Miss Debbie is here. We were talking about her earlier today. She says, okay, so I can finally say good morning. I've been listening and prepping for Donnell's live. So again, good morning. Because you have her on at 10 o'clock, right?
That is correct. So she is going to be my guest today on my channel, and we are going to have a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. Miss Debbie's a lot of fun. You're going to have a hoot. So if you want to get a lot more laughs and good live action, definitely go over to Donnell's at 10. It's going to be, it's going to be an absolute. Yes, you will never know what you get into there. It's going to be a lot of fun. So definitely go check that out. What else did I miss here? Andrea says, I test my patterns to make sure I have the fabric requirements right. I have a bunch made, but not written yet. Life's got in the way. Yeah, you and me both on that. Good morning, Miss Sheila. It's good to see you. All right, so I think we'll go ahead and start wrapping things up because it's almost time for me. I'm going to go get my hair cut in a little bit myself, and I know you have to go get ready for your live. What did I just do there?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I pressed a button and my screen went white. All right, let me. No, it came back. White's usually okay. When it turns black, that usually means that you've broken something.
I see my work computer goes black a lot on the screen now. I'm like, okay, it's thinking again.
Yep. I think it is. All right, so what did I get done today? Not as much as I thought, but better than I had hoped. So that's always a good thing. Where did my two pieces go? All right, so I did started off with this, and then I've done that, and they go together like so.
Awesome stuff.
And then I'm about halfway done with this one. See if I can pull it up so it actually looks halfway decent. It'll look better once it'll look better once it's done. So there we go.
So I did this piece and this piece, and they go together like this.
Oh, nice.
And
lovely colors.
Thank you. And they are going to be over here on this portion right here. And I'm not for sure what I'm doing on my live stream, so you're just going to have to wait and come over and see what I happen to get into.
Yes, for sure. So let me just grab your channel link because I don't know why the bot decided it didn't want to work today.
Not a worries at all, Andrea. She said, long guy is about to be there any minute, and plumbers and construction crew will be here in an hour, so she'll be distracted during my live, but she will be there.
Yes. But you can always go back and watch the replay and stuff too if you get distracted. That's the beautiful part. Sheila's going to Fabric Hut today. Look for a background for a quilt. Oh, you'll have a lot of fun there. Fabric Hut is one of the quilt stores that's about 45 minutes from me, and it's one of the largest quilt stores in Virginia, and there's a bunch of stuff there. So if she hasn't been there before, she's gonna be in for a treat. It's a really, really, really neat store. So yeah, she'll have fun with that. So you have your live today and tomorrow, and then what other fun stuff do you have coming up on your channel? Do you have anything that you want to share with us?
Sure. So Mondays, I started this new like little series on my channel. Mondays, I release a recorded video every Monday morning at 8 a.m., but between 7 and 8 a.m. Eastern time of a beginner series at Quilt As You Go. I'm doing a video of each and every step I take. So it's going to be a long progress and everything and all. And I'm doing it out of my Wild West Dusty Rose quilt top of quilting the blocks, picking the fabric, sandwiching, everything. And then on Tuesdays, I'm releasing a new video series also. And that one is just my weekly updates. I started a weekly updates thing of showing everything I've done from behind the scenes, progress, anything I've completed, all that good stuff, as well as letting you know what I have coming up. And I am also going to do an online sale, but it's going to be through a Zoom meeting. So you have to register using a Google Forms document. If you don't register, you don't get a come and you don't get the Zoom link. And that way there, that way there, I already have, whenever you register, I'll have your email address and your mailing address. So I can instantly send you the invoice right after the live stream. I mean, right after the thing, and it would not be on a live stream. So that way there, you don't have to worry about everyone in the world seeing you.
Sorry, Shelley was asking where in VA is the fabric hut. It's in Norfolk, Virginia. So it's in the very southeastern part over there by Virginia Beach. It's a really neat little store. Well, it's a fairly big store. It's one of my local quilt shops. So yeah, it's really nice. So if you're ever out this way, definitely go check it out. It's a lot of fun. We've got some other nice quilt shops in the area as well, if you're interested. So, all right, myself, I'll be back tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. to be live with Katie here. And we'll be sewing together the Woven Star or the Courthouse Steps. I don't remember which one we're doing. Come back tomorrow and you'll find out which one. And I'll have my podcast tomorrow morning at shortly afterwards. And then we'll see what happens from there. Before we go, Mona's asking, do you have a shop still?
I do not. I actually shut it down because I was getting no traffic and I was paying for it on a regular basis. So I wound up shutting it down. But I do still have my Etsy store. I just haven't gotten all my stuff loaded up on there yet. I'm doing like a reconstruction of my Etsy shop. I do have some of the 3D prints up there available for purchasing, but
yeah, I know it's hard. Some of this, like the fees you have to pay, just makes it not worth it. So
yeah, because I was doing Shopify, but I mean, I was paying for it and getting no traffic, so I did away with it because I'm like, I don't need that hassle because I was making nothing off of it and getting no traffic to it. So
yeah, no point making someone else rich, right? All right, so I'm gonna put I just put Donnell's link in. Come back and visit her in 30 minutes. After that, you can go visit Russ. I believe he's live at 11. The Katie will be live later on this afternoon at 4, I believe. And there's a bunch of others you can. Well, I can't put that link in. It's not working today. For the calendar. I don't know why it's not working. Anyway, this is guess all of the bots took the weekend off. Well, thank you so much for joining us. If you are watching the replay, please tell us that you watched. It's always nice to know where everyone's watching from. I hope you all have a great weekend. Happy sewing, and we'll see you all tomorrow morning. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.